The twin suns of Virilia Prime burned brightly over the rugged mountains, casting long shadows across the barren plains. Captain Aaron Drake wiped the sweat from his brow and adjusted his visor. He had been on this planet for nearly 2 weeks, surveying the territory for a new human research outpost. Despite the harsh environment, Aaron had grown used to the strange winds and jagged rock formations. He knew the planet was not hostile in itself, but the history of alien conflicts in this sector suggested caution. Aaron moved carefully across the rocky terrain, scanning with his portable sensors. His instincts were sharp. After years of exploration and combat training, he had learned to notice even the smallest changes in his surroundings. A sudden vibration under his boots made him stop. The ground trembled slightly. He crouched and peered over a ridge. In the valley below, he saw 2 massive figures locked in combat. Sparks of energy flared as one of the figures struck with a glowing blade. The other dodged with incredible agility. Aaron had seen many alien species during his travels, but none moved with this combination of strength, speed, and precision. His heart quickened. This was not a simple skirmish. It was a duel between highly skilled warriors. Then she appeared. The second figure turned, and Aaron's breath caught in his throat. She was unlike any alien he had seen. Her armor shimmered with a metallic hue that reflected the sun's light, and her eyes glowed faintly, showing both intelligence and fierceness. She moved with perfect balance, each step calculated, each swing precise. Aaron immediately recognized her as the warrior princess of this region, Kyra, a name that had appeared in interstellar intelligence reports, often whispered with both fear and awe. Aaron watched quietly from his vantage point. Suddenly, Kyra noticed him. Her glowing eyes locked onto his position, and she leaped to the ridge with a grace that defied gravity. In a flash, she stood before him, her energy blade raised. "You there, human?" she said. Her voice sharp and confident. "You won't last a minute against me." Aaron did not flinch. He studied her carefully. She was fast, deadly, and highly trained, but she had underestimated him. "I'm not here to fight," he replied calmly. "But I won't run either." Kyra's eyes narrowed. "Then you choose to challenge me?" Bold words for a weak species. Aaron smiled faintly. Strength isn't always measured in brute force. Without another word, she lunged at him. Aaron barely dodged her strike, rolling to the side as the blade slashed through the air, leaving a faint trail of energy. He activated his portable energy shield, deflecting another strike that could have sliced through solid metal. For several minutes, they clashed, a blur of motion. Aaron was slower than her, but he was clever. He used the terrain to his advantage, leaping behind boulders, using ledges to change his position, and creating small traps with his devices. Kyra was visibly frustrated. She had fought countless warriors, but none had moved with such unpredictable skill. Finally, she stopped and backed away slightly. Sweat ran down her forehead, though her composure remained intact. "Interesting," she said, almost to herself. "You are not like the others." Aaron lowered his shield, but remained alert. "I told you. Strength isn't only in muscle." Kyra tilted her head, studying him closely. "I sense courage in you. That is rare among humans. Most flee at the first sign of danger." "I don't run from challenges," Aaron replied. "I face them. That's how humans survive." Kyra laughed softly, a sound that carried a strange melody. "Survive? Humans survive because they are clever. Yes, but cleverness is no match for skill in battle. Still, you intrigue me." Before Aaron could respond, a loud rumble shook the ground. From the distance, Aaron saw a fleet of alien scouts approaching rapidly. Their ships hovered above the valley, scanning for life forms. Kyra's expression hardened immediately. "This is not your fight, human. Leave now if you value your life." Aaron shook his head. "Not yet. I want to understand what's happening here. Maybe we can stop it together." Kyra raised an eyebrow. "Together?" "You are human. My people do not fight alongside humans. You will either be a burden, or you will die." Aaron's eyes met hers. "I've survived worse. Trust me, I can help." For a long moment, Kyra studied him silently. Then, with a swift motion, she activated a small communication device in her armor. "Prepare for retreat," she ordered. "We'll deal with them on our terms." She turned to Aaron. "Stay close, human. If you die, it is your own fault." The two of them moved quickly across the rocky terrain, avoiding detection. Aaron followed Kyra closely, impressed by her speed and awareness. She was not only a fighter, she was a strategist, constantly calculating. Predicting the enemy's moves as they reached a narrow canyon, Kyra stopped. She looked at Aaron, her expression unreadable. "You survived your first encounter with me? That is unexpected. Most humans do not survive 5 minutes against me." Aaron shrugged lightly. "Then, consider this practice." Kyra's eyes narrowed again, but this time there was a spark of respect. "Bold human," she murmured. "Perhaps there is more to your species than I thought." The alien scouts' ships began to scan the canyon. Aaron and Kyra crouched behind massive rocks, waiting. The air was tense, every sound amplified in the quiet. Aaron held his breath, ready for any sudden movement. Kyra whispered instructions, showing him how to move silently, how to anticipate the scouts' sensors, and how to remain unseen. Aaron followed her guidance flawlessly. Despite her initial disdain, Kyra noticed that he learned quickly, adapting in real time. She had never met a human who could match her attention to detail and tactical thinking. When the scouts finally moved past, Kyra let out a sigh of relief. She turned to Aaron. "You are lucky. Most humans would have been detected and killed." Aaron smiled faintly. "Luck favors the prepared." Kyra considered this, then nodded. "Perhaps. I underestimated you. Do not think this changes anything between us. You are still a human, and I am a warrior princess. But you survived, and that is worth noting." Aaron felt a strange sense of accomplishment, though he kept his composure. He had faced a near-impossible opponent and come through alive. More than that, he had earned the first hint of respect from one of the galaxy's most formidable warriors, as the suns dipped closer to the horizon. Casting the canyon in shades of orange and red, Aaron and Kyra moved toward a safer location. Neither spoke much. Their thoughts were focused on what came next. For Aaron, this encounter was just the beginning. For Kyra, it was the first time someone had made her question her assumptions about humans. In that moment, a silent understanding formed between them. They were from different worlds, different species, yet both were warriors in their own right. And though Kyra did not admit it aloud, she sensed that this human could challenge not only her skill, but also her perception of strength itself. The first battle had ended, without a clear victor, but the game had just begun. And neither of them would forget the other. Aaron looked up at the stars beginning to appear in the darkening sky. He knew that his mission on ViewWorship had just become far more complicated and far more interesting. Kyra, still observing him silently, whispered to herself almost with a hint of awe, "This human. He might be more than I expected." And with that, they disappeared into the shadows of the canyon. Two warriors from different worlds, their destinies now strangely intertwined. The suns of ViewWorship had set hours ago, leaving the rugged plains cloaked in darkness. Captain Aaron Drake walked cautiously alongside Kyra, the warrior princess, as they navigated through narrow rock passages. The canyon walls rose high above them, jagged and imposing. Yet they offered the perfect cover from the alien scouts that still patrolled the region Aaron had learned. Quickly that Kyra was more than just a skilled fighter. She was intelligent, calculating, and fiercely proud. Every movement she made had a purpose, every word carried meaning. Yet behind her confidence, Aaron sensed a curiosity and interest in him that she did not fully understand herself. "You were lucky back there," Kyra said finally, breaking the silence. Her glowing eyes caught the dim starlight as she studied him. "Most humans would not have lasted 5 minutes against me. You lasted longer than I expected." Aaron shrugged, adjusting his armor. "I don't rely on luck. I rely on focus and observation. I notice what others miss." Kyra's lips curved slightly. "Observation. Clever. Many of my people underestimate humans because they rely on brute strength. But you are different. Aaron glanced at her, meeting her gaze. Different can be an advantage. You should know that. Being a warrior yourself. She paused, considering his words. Perhaps, but strength in battle is still vital. Humans are fragile compared to my kind. I'd like to see you try to prove that, Aaron said with a small smile, his tone calm but daring. Kyra froze for a moment. Then, her voice sharpened. Bold words. Human. Do you truly believe you could match me in combat? Aaron did not flinch. I don't just believe. I plan to show you. The canyon was silent, except for the distant hum of alien scouts. Kyra's expression hardened, and her posture straightened. Then you accept my challenge. Aaron's eyes widened slightly in surprise. A challenge? Kyra nodded. A formal duel. Not here, not now. On my homeworld, in the ancient arena of my ancestors, there we will see who truly deserves respect, Aaron thought for a moment. Traveling to an alien world for a duel was risky. He could face traps, advanced weapons, or even a hostile population. But he also understood that declining the challenge would make him appear weak, and he could not afford that. I accept, he said finally, his voice steady. Not because I fear losing, but because I want to understand. I want to learn what it truly means to face a warrior like you. Kyra's eyes narrowed. She had expected fear, hesitation, or arrogance. Instead, she saw calm determination. Interesting, she murmured. Most humans would panic or brag foolishly. You are something else. The journey to her home planet was not simple. Kyra commanded a sleek, advanced ship unlike anything Aaron had ever seen. Its hull shimmered with a faint metallic glow, and its engines emitted a quiet hum, barely disturbing the air. As they flew through space, Aaron observed the stars passing by. Marveling at the technology and design, Kyra, noticing his attention, said, You humans appreciate your machines, yet they are fragile. My people have built ships that survive storms that would tear your vessels apart. Aaron nodded. Fragility is relative? Humans have always found ways to adapt, survive, and overcome. That is our strength. Kyra's eyes softened, a hint of respect showing through her usual stern expression. Perhaps we will see if your courage matches your words. During the journey, Aaron learned more about Kyra's people. They were a proud, disciplined species, trained from childhood to fight and lead. Their society valued strength, skill, and honor above all else. Despite their harsh upbringing, there was a sense of loyalty and pride that fascinated Aaron. You will face many tests when we arrive, Kyra warned. The arena is not merely a place of combat. It is a proving ground. Your mind, body, and spirit will all be tested. Many have failed before you. Aaron met her gaze steadily. I do not fear tests. I welcome them. Humans survive by adapting. That is what I will do. Kyra studied him in silence for a moment, then nodded slowly. We shall see if your words hold truth. Few outsiders have survived more than one trial here, and none have ever matched me. The ship passed through a shimmering portal, a tunnel of light that twisted and stretched space itself. When they emerged, Aaron saw Kyra's homeworld for the first time. The planet was vast, with golden plains, towering crystal spires, and sprawling cities that gleamed under the light of a single massive sun. It was beautiful and dangerous at the same time, a world built for strength, skill, and survival. As the ship descended, Aaron noticed the arena in the distance. It was enormous, carved into the side of a mountain, its walls adorned with intricate designs and ancient symbols. Warriors of Kyra's kind could be seen training within its boundaries. You will face me there, Kyra said, her voice serious. But you must also face them, the warriors of my people. They will test you, and only those who prove themselves may challenge me formally. Do you understand? Aaron nodded. I understand. I am ready. The ship landed near the arena. Aaron stepped onto the planet's surface, feeling the weight of the air and the strange pull of its gravity. It was heavier than Earth, yet manageable. He noticed the disciplined formations of Kyra's warriors nearby, each moving with precision and control. Kyra walked beside him, her energy blade sheathed, but the aura of her presence alone was commanding. "Remember," she said quietly, "I do not expect you to survive isolated. But the way you think, your courage, your ability to adapt, these are qualities my people respect, even if they are rare in outsiders." Aaron smiled faintly. "Then I'll make sure they respect humans too." They entered the arena, a massive structure of stone and metal. The stands were empty for now, but Aaron imagined the thousands of spectators that would eventually fill them. The floor of the arena was uneven, with rocks, trenches, and raised platforms. It's a perfect environment for testing skill, strategy, and adaptability. Kyra demonstrated a few combat techniques, her movements fluid and precise. Aaron followed her instructions carefully, trying to replicate her speed and agility. Though he was slower, his tactical mind allowed him to find openings, anticipate moves, and create opportunities. "You learn quickly," Kyra remarked, her eyes narrowing as she observed him. "Most would take days to grasp even half of what I have shown you." Aaron wiped sweat from his brow. Focus is everything. Adaptation is survival. That is what humans do. Kyra studied him in silence, then finally said, "Very well, human. Tomorrow, the trials will begin. You will face warriors trained from birth, each stronger than you might expect. But if you survive, you may earn the right to challenge me fully." Aaron nodded. "I will face them all, and I will show you that humans are not to be underestimated." Kyra's lips curved into the faintest smile, a rare expression for a warrior of her kind. Bold words, human. "Perhaps this duel will be interesting." As night fell over the planet, Aaron lay under the alien sky, thinking about the days ahead. The challenge was immense, but he felt ready. He had faced Kyra once and survived. He had studied her moves, adapted to her speed, and even earned a small measure of respect. Tomorrow, the real tests would begin. But for now, he allowed himself a quiet moment of determination. He was human, yes, but he was capable, clever, and unyielding. And that, he knew, was sometimes stronger than any alien skill or power. Kyra, watching him from a short distance, felt a mix of curiosity and caution. Humans were unpredictable. She had faced many warriors, but none had combined courage, intelligence, and adaptability as he had. Perhaps, she thought, this human could change her understanding of strength entirely. The stars above shone brightly, a reminder that the universe was vast, dangerous, and full of surprises. And tomorrow, both Aaron and Kyra would discover just how far determination, skill, and courage could take them. The sun rose slowly over Kyra's homeworld, casting long shadows across the ancient arena. Captain Aaron Drake stood at the edge of the combat floor, taking in the vast space before him. The arena was enormous, carved from stone and metal, with platforms, trenches, and jagged obstacles scattered across its floor. From the stands, rows of Kyra's warriors observed silently, waiting for the duel to begin. Aaron tightened the straps of his armor and adjusted his visor. His heart beat steadily, but he felt no fear. This was the test he had prepared for. He had learned Kyra's movements, studied her speed, and adapted his strategies. But he knew that surviving against her fully was different from sparring with her in practice. This would push him to his limits. Kyra appeared at the opposite end of the arena, her armor gleaming in the morning light. Her energy blade pulsed faintly, reflecting her readiness. Her glowing eyes locked onto Aaron's, filled with determination and pride. "You have come far, human," she said, her voice carrying through the arena. "But do not mistake your progress for strength. Today, you face me fully. No interruptions, no distractions. Only skill and will." Aaron nodded. "I understand. I am ready." The horn sounded, echoing off the arena walls. The duel had begun. Kyra moved first, sprinting forward with impossible speed. Her blade cut through the air, leaving trails of light. Aaron dodged to the side, narrowly avoiding the strike, and rolled behind a nearby platform. He drew a small, compact energy blade of his own human design, lightweight, and precise. The clash began. Kyra attacked relentlessly, her movements a blur, each strike calculated to overwhelm. Aaron did not attempt to match her strength directly. Instead, he used strategy. He led her toward obstacles, dodged at angles she did not expect, and used the terrain to create openings. Kyra's eyes widened. "Impressive," she muttered under her breath. "He is fast. Clever. He learns quickly." Aaron smiled faintly as he ducked under another swing. Adaptation, he thought. Humans survive by adapting. They moved across the arena, exchanging blows and counters. Each time Kyra struck, Aaron anticipated the move, sometimes narrowly avoiding her attacks. He countered with quick jabs and precise strikes, aiming not to overpower her, but to force her into positions where her strength became less effective. The spectators watched in stunned silence. Whispers ran through the stands. No human had ever survived this long against the warrior princess. Yet here he was, holding his own, moving with intelligence, courage, and precision. Kyra paused for a moment, studying him closely. "You are not like others," she said. "Most would have fallen by now, but you think too much. Combat is instinct. Will you survive instinct?" Aaron responded with a quick maneuver, ducking and rolling to the side. Then countering with a low strike that grazed her armor. Kyra's eyes flashed in surprise. He had predicted her movement and exploited a small gap in her defense. "You. Clever human," she said, narrowing her eyes. "But cleverness alone will not save you," the duel continued, intense and exhausting. Sweat ran down Aaron's forehead, but he remained focused. Every movement, every strike, every dodge was calculated. He was slower than Kyra, yes, but his mind worked faster than her reflexes. At one point, Kyra launched herself into the air, aiming for a strike from above. Aaron rolled forward, narrowly avoiding her attack, and activated a small trap beneath his feet, a thin energy net that caught her leg midair, slowing her momentum. She landed gracefully, but her expression showed slight surprise. "I did not expect that," she said, a hint of admiration in her voice. "You are more resourceful than I imagined." Aaron breathed steadily. Resourcefulness is survival. Humans survive because we adapt to every situation. Kyra's attacks became more precise, more controlled. She realized that brute force would not defeat him. She had to anticipate, predict, and read his movements. For the first time in her life, she faced an opponent who forced her to think beyond instinct. Beyond speed and strength, hours seemed to pass in mere moments. The sun climbed higher, casting sharp shadows across the arena. Both warriors were exhausted, but neither yielded. Their movements were now a dance of skill and strategy, trying to find the slightest advantage. Aaron saw an opening, a brief moment where Kyra overextended during a spinning strike. He feinted a move to the left, then quickly countered from the right, aiming a controlled strike at her side. Kyra blocked it with her energy blade, but the force pushed her back slightly. She stopped, breathing heavily, and stared at him. "Enough for now," she said quietly. "You have proven something remarkable today. You are not weak. You are formidable." Aaron lowered his blade, still alert. "You are a great warrior. I only survive because I learn from you." Kyra's glowing eyes softened slightly. "You survive because you have courage, intelligence, and will. Rare qualities in any species. Human. You have earned respect, even if you do not fully understand it yet." Aaron nodded. "I do understand. Respect is mutual. You are strong, and your skill is incredible. But strength alone is not everything." For a moment, silence fell over the arena. The spectators watched, astonished at the outcome. The duel had ended in a stalemate, a result no one had expected. The human had survived, matched a warrior princess blow for blow, and earned a measure of respect from her. Kyra sheathed her blade and took a deep breath. "You have done what few could," she said. "Today, the battle is a draw. But do not think this is the end. There are more challenges ahead. I will not underestimate you again." Aaron smiled faintly. "Nor should you. Humans are full of surprises. The warriors left the arena, walking side by side now, though neither spoke much. Both were exhausted, yet a sense of mutual respect had grown. Kyra began to see humans differently, capable, clever, and worthy of recognition. Aaron, meanwhile, had learned not only about Kyra's skills, but also about her culture, discipline, and pride. As they walked toward the training grounds, Kyra spoke quietly. "Tomorrow, you will face my warriors individually. Each is trained from birth in combat. Survive them, and you may earn the right to challenge me fully again." Aaron's eyes lit with determination. "Then I will face them. And I will show you that humans are not weak." Kyra's expression softened. "Perhaps you are more than I expected. Few outsiders have survived even one trial here, and none have ever matched me. Tomorrow, we shall see." Aaron prepared for the challenges ahead. He studied the layout of the training grounds, the patterns of his potential opponents, and recalled every lesson Kyra had taught him. He knew that survival would require not only skill, but quick thinking, adaptability, and courage, the very traits that defined humans in the galaxy. The night fell over the planet, and Aaron stood alone briefly, gazing at the stars above. He reflected on the duel, the strategy, the anticipation, the understanding that strength was not always physical. Humans thrived because of intelligence, courage, and the willingness to adapt. And tomorrow, he would prove that again. Kyra watched him silently from a distance, her thoughts unreadable. She had expected to dominate the duel, yet she had been challenged. This human had survived, learned, and adapted in ways few could. She realized that perhaps, just perhaps, humans were far stronger and cleverer than her people had ever given them credit for. The duel had ended, but the real tests were only beginning, and both warriors, from entirely different worlds, would soon discover just how far determination, strategy, and courage could carry them in the trials ahead. The air over Kyra's homeworld was tense. Even after the duel in the arena, whispers of admiration and shock ran through her people. A human captain, Aaron Drake, had survived a full duel against the warrior princess herself. It was unheard of, and yet here he was, alive, standing among them with calm determination. Aaron, however, had little time to savor the moment. As he and Kyra walked through the corridors of the palace, a warning blared from the outer defense systems. Red lights flashed along the walls, and an alarm echoed through the halls. Kyra's expression hardened immediately. "They are here," she said, her voice sharp. "The Armada is approaching. Hostile ships faster than anything we can intercept easily. They intend to attack both my world and your colonies. We have little time." Aaron's mind raced. "An Armada? How many ships?" Kyra gestured to a holographic display. "Hundreds. Advanced combat vessels with shields stronger than most planetary defenses. If we do not act quickly, entire regions will fall before reinforcements arrive." Aaron studied the map. The Armada was approaching from multiple vectors, spreading across the planet's orbit. "Then we need a strategy," he said. "We cannot rely on strength alone. We have to outsmart them." Kyra's eyes glowed faintly. "You think as I do? Tactical rather than brute force. Perhaps humans are not as weak as my people assume." Aaron nodded. "We adapt. That is how we survive. We can use the terrain, the speed of your ships, and unexpected maneuvers to divide their forces." Kyra's lips curved into the faintest smile. "Perhaps this human has more sense than some of my generals." Without delay, Kyra summoned her warriors and briefed them on Aaron's ideas. Though many of her soldiers were initially skeptical, Aaron's confidence and knowledge of human tactics impressed them. He suggested split attacks, ambushes from hidden positions, and the use of smaller, faster ships to disrupt the enemy fleet. "Your ideas are unusual," Kyra admitted as she prepared her own ship, "but there is logic in them. We will combine your tactics with my people's strength. Perhaps we have a chance." Aaron boarded a sleek fighter with her. Its cockpit was compact, but sophisticated, allowing rapid movement and maximum visibility. He could feel the power of the engines beneath him, the potential to outmaneuver nearly any adversary. Kyra sat beside him, her calm confidence grounding him in the midst of approaching chaos. As they entered orbit, the hostile armada appeared on the horizon. Hundreds of ships glinted in the sunlight, their formations tight and deliberate. Sensors picked up incoming attacks, energy blasts, missile pods, and drone swarms. The battle was inevitable. "Remember what we discussed?" Aaron said. "Divide them. Force them to scatter, then target the command ships. Take out leadership first. Chaos will follow." Kyra's eyes narrowed. "You speak boldly, human, but your plan has merit. Let us test it." The first wave of enemy ships fired as they closed in. Kyra's pilots dodged with perfect coordination, weaving between energy blasts. Aaron took control of one fighter using sharp maneuvers and sudden feints to avoid destruction. He targeted smaller drones, disabling them quickly and creating openings for Kira's fleet to exploit. Kira herself led the charge, her ship moving faster than any human vessel could survive. Her precision was flawless, but even she noticed Aaron's effectiveness. He anticipated enemy movements, adapted to sudden changes, and acted decisively. During the battle, a massive enemy cruiser emerged, threatening to break through their formation. Aaron called out a strategy. "Kyra, we need to lure it into the asteroid field. Its shields will be less effective there, and we can trap it." Kyra hesitated for only a moment before nodding. "Agreed, follow my lead." They maneuvered their ships into the field, weaving between massive rocks and narrow gaps. The cruiser, unable to navigate quickly, became vulnerable. Aaron directed smaller fighters to target its engines. While Kyra's ship struck at its command deck with precision energy blasts, the cruiser exploded in a brilliant display of fire and metal. Scattering the remaining armada, Kyra, single quotes, warriors cheered, though the battle was far from over. Aaron's calm leadership and quick thinking had shifted the tide, showing that humans could match even the most disciplined alien soldiers in strategy. After several hours of intense fighting, the armada was forced to retreat. Their losses were devastating, and they would think twice before returning. Kyra's people celebrated, though exhaustion weighed heavily on every fighter. Aaron stepped out of his ship, breathing heavily, but satisfied. "You were remarkable," Kira said, her voice steady despite the chaos. "I have seen many skilled warriors in my life, human, but you have a mind for battle that few can match. You think faster than most of my soldiers can act?" Aaron shook his head. "I only used what humans do best: think and act. We survive because we find solutions when situations seem impossible." Kyra studied him in silence for a moment, then nodded. "Perhaps I misjudged your kind. Humans are not weak. Not at all. You may lack our strength, but your ingenuity, your will, and your courage, these are qualities we must respect." Aaron smiled faintly. "Thank you. And you are stronger than I imagined. Not just in combat, but in leadership. You inspire loyalty, strategy, and courage in your people. That is why you lead so well." Kyra's eyes softened slightly, though she did not smile fully. "Perhaps strength is not only physical, human. Perhaps it is also in mind, heart, and will." "You may have changed my perception," Aaron nodded. "And your people may change how they see humans. We can be allies, not just in survival, but in strength together." Kyra looked at him, her expression unreadable for a moment, then finally said, "We will see how far this alliance can go. Today, you saved lives. Tomorrow, we may face challenges greater than this." Aaron allowed himself a moment to breathe. The battle had been won, but the galaxy was vast, and threats were never-ending. Still, he felt a sense of accomplishment. Humans, underestimated for centuries, had proven that courage, intelligence, and adaptability were more powerful than brute force alone. Kyra's warriors approached, their expressions respectful. They had seen Aaron's skill firsthand, witnessed his clever strategies, and recognized the value he brought. The respect between human and alien was growing, a small but important step toward unity. As the sun set over Kyra's home world, Aaron and Kyra stood together, watching the horizon. The battle had been hard, exhausting, dangerous, but it had also shown the potential of humans and aliens working together. Kyra finally spoke, her voice quieter than usual. You have survived the impossible, human. You have proven your worth not only to me, but to all of my people. Perhaps your kind is stronger than we ever imagined. And Aaron met her gaze. And perhaps your people are wiser than I first thought. Strength, combined with intelligence, courage, and discipline. That is unstoppable. Kyra's expression was unreadable, but her eyes glowed faintly with acknowledgement. You have earned my respect, and that is rare. Aaron nodded. Then we move forward, together, if necessary. Humans do not give up easily, and we fight not just for ourselves, but for what is right. Kyra glanced at him, a small hint of a smile forming. Perhaps you are more than I expected, Captain Aaron Drake. Perhaps you are exactly what we need. The stars above shone bright, a reminder that the galaxy was vast and full of challenges. But for now, humanity had proven itself capable of standing alongside one of the most formidable warrior species in the universe. And Aaron knew that this was only the beginning. Tomorrow, new threats would arise. New challenges would test both humans and Kyra's people. But they had survived together. And that survival born of courage, intellect, and respect was a promise of the strength humanity could offer the galaxy. And in that moment, Aaron realized something important. Strength was not just in muscle, speed, or weapons. True strength came from the mind, the heart, and the courage to face the impossible. And humans had all three. The suns of Kyra's homeworld were low on the horizon, casting long golden shadows over the vast plains. Captain Aaron Drake stood beside the warrior princess Kyra, overlooking the training grounds where her warriors practiced. It had been days since the battle with the invading armada, and the planet now rested in cautious peace. Yet both knew that peace was fragile, and the galaxy was full of unknown threats. Aaron had proven himself not only in combat, but in strategy, leadership, and courage. Kyra's people, once skeptical of humans, now watched him with respect. It was rare for outsiders to gain such recognition, and even rarer to earn the trust of the warrior princess herself. Kyra approached him, her expression calm but serious. You have done well, human. More than well. You have shown courage, intelligence, and adaptability qualities my people respect. You have saved lives, inspired warriors, and challenged my understanding of strength. Aaron nodded, feeling a quiet pride. I only did what humans have always done. We face impossible odds, adapt, and survive. That is our strength. Kyra's glowing eyes softened slightly. Perhaps I underestimated your kind. Strength is not only in muscle or weaponry, it is in mind, heart, and courage. You have shown all three. Aaron glanced around the training grounds. Her warriors moved with precision, coordination, and respect for the lessons he had shared. Some were practicing maneuvers he had suggested, blending human strategy with their own techniques. Your people are incredible, he said. They are disciplined, loyal, and skilled beyond imagination. I have learned as much from them as they have from me. Kyra studied him for a long moment. Perhaps that is true. Today, humans are no longer strangers. Your actions have changed not only your fate, but the perception of your entire species. Aaron smiled faintly. Then our future together is promising. Humans and your people, working together, could accomplish more than any one species alone. Kyra's lips curved into the faintest smile, a rare expression for a warrior of her kind. Perhaps. The galaxy is full of threats. Alone, each species is vulnerable. Together, we are strong, but respect must be earned and trust must be proven. You have done both. Aaron felt a sense of accomplishment unlike any he had experienced before. He had faced a warrior princess, survived the duel, and then helped defend her world from overwhelming odds. He had earned respect, not through arrogance, but through courage, intelligence, and action. Your people fought bravely, Aaron said, but it was coordination, strategy, and understanding that made the difference. That is something humans excel at. Kyra's eyes glowed brighter, reflecting the setting suns. You speak wisely, human. I have spent my life learning to fight, to lead, to survive. And yet, you have reminded me that strength is not only physical. Courage, wisdom, and adaptability can match even the fiercest weapon. The two of them walked toward the arena, now quiet and empty. The place where they had clashed in the duel seemed smaller in the fading light, yet it held memories of intense battle, strategy, mutual respect. "You have changed me," Kyra admitted quietly. "I thought humans were fragile, weak, and icily defeated. I see now. You are far more than I imagined. You are resilient, clever, and brave. Qualities rare in this galaxy." Aaron looked at her, meeting her gaze. "And you have shown me that strength is not only physical. Leadership, discipline, loyalty. Your people are an example of what determination and training can achieve. Humans and your kind together. We can face anything." Kyra studied him silently for a moment, then nodded. "Perhaps our alliance is just the beginning. Perhaps humans will no longer be underestimated. Perhaps you, Aaron Drake, will be remembered for the courage and wisdom you have shown." Aaron felt a quiet pride. He had never sought recognition, but the knowledge that he had changed perceptions earned respect, and forged a bond between species was deeply satisfying. As night fell, the stars appeared over Kyra's homeworld. The twin moons glowed softly, casting light over the plains. Aaron and Kyra stood side by side, silent for a moment, both reflecting on the journey they had taken. "You fought well," Kyra said finally, her voice quieter than usual. "Not because you were stronger than me, but because you were clever, adaptable, and brave. These qualities are the true measure of strength." Aaron nodded. "I learned from you, Kyra, from your skill, your leadership, your courage. Strength comes in many forms. Humans survive because we use all of them." Kyra's eyes glowed faintly in the moonlight. "Perhaps. Humans deserve more respect than I ever gave them credit for. You have proven it today." Aaron glanced at the horizon. "And your people deserve respect for their discipline, loyalty, and training. Together, we are stronger than we could ever be alone." Kyra's lips curved into a faint, almost shy smile. "Perhaps we will see more of this cooperation in the future. Your actions have not only saved lives, but built bridges between our worlds. That is rare, human." Aaron felt a warmth in his chest, not from pride, but from the understanding that two very different species could find common ground, respect, and trust. "Then we build that future together," he said. "Not just for humans, not just for your people, but for all who value peace and survival in this galaxy." Kyra studied him silently. Then, with a nod, she said, "Very well, Captain Aaron Drake. You have earned the respect of the warrior princess. That is not given lightly. It is earned through courage, wisdom, and action. You have done all three," Aaron smiled. "Then let us move forward together." The days that followed were filled with preparations for future challenges. Aaron worked with Kyra's warriors, sharing human strategies, teaching them new ways to adapt, and learning from their discipline and combat skill in return. The bond between them grew stronger. It's built on mutual respect and shared experience. Kyra began to trust him not only as an ally, but as someone who could think, act, and survive in situations where others might fail. And Aaron, in turn, respected her not only as a warrior, but as a leader who inspired loyalty, courage, and strength in her people. One evening, as the twin moons rose high, Kyra approached Aaron once more. "You have done well, human. You have shown that your kind is more than capable, more than clever. You have shown that humans can survive, adapt, and inspire respect even among the fiercest warriors. I will not forget this." Aaron looked at her and nodded. "Nor will I forget. Your people, your world, your courage. It has been an honor to stand beside you. Together, we have proven that strength comes in many forms." Kyra's eyes glowed softly, her expression thoughtful. "Perhaps one day, humans and my people will not only survive together, but thrive together. Perhaps our alliance will grow, and neither species will be underestimated again." Aaron felt a surge of hope. The galaxy was vast and full of danger, but with courage, intelligence, and mutual respect, humans could stand alongside the greatest warriors the stars had ever known. And this was only the beginning. As they watched the moons rise, a quiet understanding passed between them. They were from different worlds, different species, yet their destinies were intertwined. They had faced impossible odds, survived, and forged a bond stronger than most could imagine. Kyra spoke finally, her voice carrying a rare warmth. "You have earned my trust, Captain Aaron Drake. That is a rare gift. Never forget it." Aaron smiled. "I won't. And I hope your people remember that humans are not just survivors. We are allies, thinkers, and fighters who can stand beside you when the galaxy demands it." Kyra nodded, a faint smile on her lips. "Then let this be a new beginning. For humans, for my people, and for all who dare to face the impossible." The stars shone brightly overhead, and for the first time in his life, Aaron felt a deep sense of belonging not just among humans, but in the galaxy itself. He had proven that humans were capable, resilient, and worthy of respect. And he had forged a bond with a warrior princess that would echo across worlds for generations. The future was uncertain, full of unknown dangers and challenges. But Aaron knew one thing with absolute clarity: humans would not be underestimated again. And as he looked at Kyra, standing strong and proud beside him, he realized that sometimes the greatest victories were not won with weapons alone, but with courage, intelligence, and the willingness to stand together. For the first time, the galaxy truly knew the strength of a human heart.